Good morning, viewers of Canal de English. Well, welcome to Chill Out for Real. I'm sure that some of you are surprised because we're actually shooting in the morning and this is a Saturday. That's how it's going to be. Henceforth, we're going to be having Chill Out on Saturdays at 10 and at 7 on Tuesday. And as you can see, we are gradually growing. We're gradually going towards Christmas. It's on the 25th and people will be receiving Santa Claus in the house. But today, I'll bring some special tips for you to know how to behave very during this time. And last edition, we talked about puberty, what it was all about. Some of you told us what you thought about puberty, what is it meaning, what is it like, how do kids undergo it, how should they behave with the change of morphology. And today we're still going to talk about it, and we did some research, and I just hope you're there with your families. For those who don't have courage to bring their kids, to tell them that okay, this is what will happen when you'll be undergoing your puberty. This is how your body is going to change. Just call them now, because you have a little report on that and they will learn much from that. Today I'm not alone. You're going to see a face that is, can I call it new or old? She was just in school and she had her Christmas leave. No, she had her Christmas break and she decided to join us here on this studio today while the others decided to take their leave. That is Cedric and Solange. So I will be in a good company today. Let's have this little break. We're supposed to have the two of them. Let's go directly to Rachel. Good morning.
Good morning, Albert, and good morning to you, televiewers of Canal to English.
You called me yesterday and you were like, finish here of my school, can I come back in April? I said, this is your show, come when you want. So how are you? How else have you been? You went for a burial?
Yeah, I went for a burial.
Oh, condolences.
Thank you.
So how was it? How did it?
So for very bad, but it's life.
Okay, it's life. That's life. You should be prepared to everything that might happen to you.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about, we're going to have our classic slots, the proverb, the story, the signs and the symbols. We're going to have, did you know, that was brought for us by Cedric. He did that before leaving. And we're going to have our story. That is the main point. That's the main story on which we are all discussing. So last week we had the story about Migret, is it Migret? Yes, that she had a worry, and many of you sent her some advice to know how she should behave in her problem, and we're still going to air that today. You still have the chance, for those who were not there last edition, to write your text messages. Migret wants your help. So let's have a piece of music to lighten the mood. Rachel, when we come back, we're going to talk about the African proverb.
Okay.
Can we go?
Yes, let's go.
Let's have it.
Juste pour la nuit, oublions les soucis, bébé. On ne vit qu'une fois dans la vie, bébé. Je ferai le bonheur de ta vie, hey, hey. Je ferai le bonheur de ta vie, hey, hey. Juste pour la nuit, oublions les soucis, bébé. On ne vit qu'une fois dans la vie, bébé. Je ferai le bonheur de ta vie, hey, hey. Je ferai le bonheur de ta vie, hey, hey. Quand tu pleures, moi je pleure, hey. Qu'est-ce qui va pas? La vie est si dure, mon chéri, oh, oh. Mais ça ira, mon bébé, yeah, hey. Mon amour, oh, oh, oh. Toi-même tu sais ça ne vaut pas la peine, hey. Mais juste pour la nuit, oublie tous tes problèmes, hey. Moi je t'aime, mon amour. Considère ça comme un rendez-vous. Je te jure, c'est pas du talakou. Moi je t'aime jusqu'à la mort. Juste pour la nuit, oublions les soucis, bébé. On ne vit qu'une fois dans la vie, bébé. Je ferai le bonheur de ta vie, hey, hey. Je ferai le bonheur de ta vie, hey, hey. Juste pour la nuit, oublions les soucis, bébé. On ne vit qu'une fois dans la vie, bébé. Je ferai le bonheur de ta vie. me go, no, no. Hey, when you do all these things that you do, I just didn't know you. And when you do all the things every day, you didn't make me lose my mind. Take a look, hey. They wanna body penny. Moi je t'aime, mon amour. Considère ça comme un rendez-vous. Je te jure, c'est pas du tout à la coupe. Moi je t'aime jusqu'à la mort. Juste pour la nuit, oublions les soucis, bébé. On ne vit qu'une fois dans la vie, bébé. Je ferai le bonheur de ta vie, hey, hey. Je ferai le bonheur de ta vie, hey, hey. Juste pour la nuit, oublions les soucis, bébé. On ne vit qu'une fois dans la vie, bébé. Je ferai le bonheur de ta vie, hey, hey. Je ferai le bonheur de ta vie, hey, hey.
That was Nabila, and she sang for us Ira, at least a girl singing for men. I've been searching for songs like this, and I said like everybody, Mr. Leos, Mings, and all the other guys, they are always singing for girls. Like they have called girls with all names. They have given all names of fruits, not all names of animals, all names of everything. Now this lady says it's going to be fine, even if you go out and come back late. I'm going to I'll not bear a grudge against you. I will keep on loving you. So.
It is something good now, Albert.
Really singing for men.
Yeah, why not? Why must always men sing for women and women don't do this?
But can you be that patient?
It's not easy, but why not? If you love your guy, you can stay.
Okay, what are guys usually going to search out for out when they have very beautiful wives at home? Do you have an idea?
I don't know.
How can't you know? I'll tell you ladies that never stop being sexy for a guy. Never. It's not because you're in his house that you start wearing kabangondo every day. No, put yourself into a sexy mode. Make always look attractive so that when he comes, even if he wants to leave the house to go out, he just gets what he had outside there, what he had envied, and he just stays at home. Make things nice every day, and every day is like they say, as you have to woo your wife every day, that's also how the wives should make sure they are beautiful and sexy and attractive every day, even when they're already married in their homes, so that the man should not go out. And Nabil tells us that is Ira, because she knows that she is the aeroplane, and even if the guy goes where he's going to land. So can we go our African proverb today? It reads, silence is the best answer to the unwise. Silence is the best answer to the unwise. African proverb. So what do you think about this?
Silence is the best answer to the unwise.
Yeah.
It is just simple and true. If somebody bites you, it's not the most that you must answer the person, Albert. If keeping silent means you are above the person. So it's not at all times that maybe somebody pushes you,
that you have to rebuke directly.
Yeah.
But let me say something, is that it's very difficult to stay silent every time. And you know, some people are like used to, when they punch you the first time, you don't react, they're like
continue
nailing on the nail, hitting on
but
the nail.
they'll get tired now.
And if they don't get tired, people are born to worry other people in your life. People are they're just like a curse to life. They will just keep on until you speak. So you think if you harm me, if somebody maybe like insults you every day, you just have to.
But it doesn't mean that keeping silent don't mean you won't answer the person. At least once answer the person, then keep silent, so that the person will know that not because she's keeping silent means that she's afraid of me. You see?
But sometimes people think that it is weakness. It's being weak.
It's not. No. It's not that. But that's what people think.
Yes.
That if this guy don't answer, I mean he's a fool. Maybe he can't do me or anything. You see?
So I think I should start keeping silence. I'll see the effects of it. But I thought when somebody comes to you, just receive him. It's just like football now. When they kick the ball, the way you head it, or the way you chest it, is just the way. Okay. Okay, so try that also. It can work. When somebody like shouts at you, or somebody is always very unpleasant towards you, you just keep silent, because he is the unwise person. You
He's
are
the
being-
unwise,
Yes,
yeah.
you are being wise, keeping silence, and sometimes the person feel he will later on feel ashamed.
Ashamed.
He'll feel, people will know exactly that this guy is like being a very like, when somebody is very unhappy, unlucky, unsuccessful, and I don't know what to add to it, what adjective to add to it. He is always very unpleasant, and he's always trying to like look for a solution somewhere
by
else,
bringing down
others. So if somebody behaves badly towards you, you're not forced to behave badly. Just behave the way you are, because if you start being like him, it means that you are not different.
Yeah.
Okay. Now last week there was this. A lady, she's called Margaret. She brought the story to us that she's always abroad with her husband, and she's never near her kids. And there's this problem that her daughter, 13-year-old, she's actually growing very fast. She is a baby in an adult's body, and she does not know how what she can do, because men have started chatting her up or wooing her. Men have started getting interested in the protuberances on her body, and she's not there. Who can she trust? Who can she trust to give a sex education to her kids? Can she trust on her senior sisters and brothers, or the housemates, or what can she do? So let's just have the story, then you tell us what you think about this, because I pray that we should have a lady today on set, and today we have you here. We'll listen to what a lady like you can tell or can say about this. Let's have the story.
Hello, my name is Gertrude, a mother of a 13-year-old girl. I'm worried about my daughter's physical appearance. Her physical appearance does not correspond to her age. In fact, she is a baby in an adult body. Men have started wooing her, moreover, she is at puberty age. My husband and I are always on mission for our jobs, and we don't have the time to give her sexual education. Can we trust her babysitter and brothers for her sexual education?
Rachel, that was the story. Time for you to bring on it and to cook what you would tell us, because I know you have much to tell about this, and you also have to tell us what you think about how girls should behave during puberty. First of all, what you think is puberty? What are the things that were hard to face during the puberty age? What are the things that actually frustrate many girls when they are in puberty age? We're going to come to that, but I would like us to do something first. There is one of our viewers who requested that since we're doing signs and symbols, he requested that we should try to help him know what it means dreaming about a lizard, because we started with water, and we aired reports which explained or gave the meaning of what it means to dream about water. Then on the next edition we had lizards and snakes. So another requested that he wants to know what it means dreaming about lizard, because it's actually a lady. She said she dreamt about lizards and she was pregnant, and she miscarried later on. So she wants to know what really happened to her. Is it that lizard that was a prediction for what was happening to her, or what? So we said we're going to do research on it, and we did the research, and we're going to air it. And somebody else sent us a message where he said we should try to know what it means dreaming about bees, and that is going to be the subject for our next program. But today, let's know what people think about, or what it means dreaming about lizards or seeing lizards in our dreams. Seeing lizards in a dream in different ways could throw light on different happenings in life. Seeing a lizard or an image of lizards in a dream could be a warning. It might indicate the forthcoming attack by enemies or confrontation with rivals or competitors. Therefore, spotting a lizard in your life, you need to be careful with situations involving people or potential danger. If you dream of killing a lizard, then it could be suggestive of your courage and determination to fight the odds of life that are in store for you. Catching a lizard in a dream is associated with love. If you are successful in catching it, then you are bound to succeed in getting your desired partner or find fulfillment in the love life with your partner. If you miss out a lizard, then it is a warning that the partner you have chosen is rather not the right one for you. In married life, missing out a lizard could mean temporary loss of fulfillment in love life and regaining it back once again. Very strangely, some people dream of eating lizards, while emotionally this could be disgusting. There is no reason to panic, since this is a sign of highly lucky ties ahead. Eating a lizard in dream could actually indicate to you that you are about to grab a very big fortune, wealth, or opportunity. If a lizard attacks you in your dream, it could mean you are to face some hindrance through someone very close to you. Someone dear to you might plan some way to prevent you from doing something. It might also indicate the betrayal of trust by someone close to you. If you spot a highly unusual kind of great-looking lizard, it indicates that you can handle your enemies and challenges of life with confidence and capability. Seeing a huge lizard of unusual size is usually a matter of warning. In such cases, it indicates your possible encounter with a situation or person who can prove to be a serious threat to you. So that was it. Those who dreamt about lizards, or those who are still to dream about lizards, you will have an idea of what it means. So eating a lizard is not, when you dream about eating a lizard, it's not just that misfortunate. It's like you may have the chance to meet somebody in your life that is going to have a positive impact in your life. Maybe you're going to meet love, or maybe you're going to have a job. If you succeed to catch a lizard, then it means the guy you are with or the lady you are with is a good person. But if you can't succeed to catch it, then be aware you might lose the person you much love. And if lizards are like attacking you, just know that somebody around may be thinking badly about you, or somebody maybe have bearing grudges against you. So you should be aware. And what I like with dreams is that they don't tell you what has already happened, but they just like predict what might happen to you for you to get ready to affront or to face.
You know, people don't believe in things like this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they think it's actually funny, but it's real.
Yes.
You see, it's just like when they say when you're sleeping at night, don't cross your leg, because if they attack you in the dream, you won't be able to run.
Yeah.
So
that is true. Just like when they say when sun shines with rain, it means an elephant is giving birth. So there are many of these things that Africans like consider that maybe Europeans do not know. So that was all about dreaming about. What was can you remember your last dream?
no,
You can't remember.
I don't keep dreams. I don't know why.
Now try to keep them. Now when you are in your dream, you concentrate. In your dream, concentrate on one single thing that you're going to bring up. And next time you like maybe trying to know what you dreamt about, just bring from that element what you dreamt about. So now let's talk about the story itself. Now this Megret is it not Megret? It's
Gertrude.
Gertrude. Thank you, Gertrude. Like she's in that situation where she does not know who to trust. To give her child or her daughter's sex education.
Due to the fact that she's not, first of all, stable.
She's not stable.
She can trust her baby sister. Why saying that? I don't know if I can trust. She's the only one available now. No, 50%, because you can't trust the person 100%. Just try to trust 50%. Allow her to give the child the education the mother won't give, because she's not there. So in case the thing doesn't work, then now you say, no, I can't trust her. I will go maybe to the child's aunt.
Yeah.
But first, it's the babysitter that is there. So she's the one to educate your child first.
So it means we should make sure, because if we have to trust our housemates, we should make sure that they are well brought up, first of all? Are we sure that the education or the sex education she's going to bring to our sons and daughters is going to be the best? You think it's 50%?
50%.
50%.
Yes, 50%.
But many people during the last edition condemned the mom. They said she should try to have time
Yes.
to be near her kids, like to give her sex education. But I also defended her by saying that she cannot be there every time, and sex education is not just done in one day.
Yeah.
It's not just done in one day, because you have to follow up the kid, see how she gradually, like her body development gradually. She will not have the boyfriend the same day. Maybe she will start menstruating and everything. So things are going gradual. And if she doesn't have time, like people are really hooked with their job, and they are really like, especially these bosses, they have to go for missions, for assignments, like for this, to look for money. And maybe when they take their leave, it's not always when their kids really are maybe ready to listen to them. Maybe their kids have already grown, or maybe
It's not an
they're
easy
also
task,
growing.
but they have really fine time, Albert.
Yes. So Rachel thinks let's her find time to meet to talk to her children, or to talk to her children, to give them sex education, and rely 50% on the housemaid.
Housemaid.
If she is a good one, that's
Yes,
your point
if she's a good
of
one.
view. Yes. So keep on sending your text messages. The number is there on the screen, and you have our Facebook page. During our next edition, we are going to read those messages. Go on Facebook now. You go and tap Chill Out for Real, and you're going to have the story there. You leave your comments, or you do a simple SMS on the number there on the screen. Now let's have this short report on puberty. Then we shall talk about little things concerning puberty, and how people should, like, how Rachel will tell us how what are the things that frighten most of the ladies immediately they are at this age. Let's have this little report on puberty.
Puberty. Puberty is the time in a person's life when their sexual and reproductive organs mature. This means their body becomes capable of creating babies. Long before any outward changes happen, special hormones begin to produce inside the bodies of both girls and boys. These hormones affect many different things, including sexual development and growth. With girls, puberty will start around age 11. A physical change will become obvious between the ages of 11 and 14. During this age, girls experience change in height, widening of hips, development of breasts, hair growth around pubic area and underarms, vaginal discharge, beginning of menstrual cycles, and period pain. Boys enter puberty a little later than girls. The puberty starts around age 12, but physical changes are mostly not visible until age 13 to 16. The changes for boys include change in height and muscle mass, increase in the size of testicles and penis, hair growth in pubic area, legs, underarms, and on the face,
voice change,
ejaculation of semen during sleep, also known as wet dreams, unwanted erections, and breast changes. While these are average ages for puberty, everyone's body is different and changes might happen at different ages. Most changes that happen during puberty are physical, but a person will also experience many emotional changes. These include, but are not limited to, coping with a person's changing body, frustrations of feeling different, mood swings, and energy changes. Childhood obesity is known to start puberty earlier for girls. At age 13, both boys and girls are around the same height and same weight. At age 15, an average girl will be 5 feet, 3.7 inches tall and weigh 115 pounds. A boy at the same age will be 5'7" and will weigh 124 pounds. At the age of 18, an average girl will be 5 feet, 4.2 inches tall and will weigh 128 pounds, while a boy will be 5 feet, 9.5 inches tall and will weigh 148 pounds. A recent study shows that girls who start puberty earlier are also more likely to become sexually active sooner than their peers. Acne is a very common condition which teens struggle with during puberty. Teens get acne because of the hormonal changes that come with puberty. Teens whose parents had acne are more prone to have acne themselves. About 8 out of 10 people will have acne. For most people, acne goes away almost completely by the time they are...
Well, That was a report. I hope you were attentive. From what we have seen there, it is very complex with the women. Or with the female child than the male child, because I remember me, the first sign I had was the change in the voice, the change on my tone. I was like, sometimes I even lose my voice. And the next thing was this acne on my face. People started saying that, okay, I've found love. It means I've started falling in love. I did not know what was the meaning of that, and I thought it was not normal, but they told me that it is 100% normal. Now, you as a lady, Rachel, what are the things which frighten the ladies during this time? That's from the start of their puberty age, with the change in the
First,
body shape.
your menstrual period start. You
Yes.
see, you start menstruating, and for somebody who don't know about it, you you'll be
Someone
scared at the
that
start.
never- yes.
Yeah, you see, someone like I never knew about it
Yeah.
sincerely. So when mine started, I was at, what is this? Oh, I was afraid. So my elder sister said, no, it is normal for women. Or she tried to.
So it means
Tell me.
many parents wait until it happens before they tell.
Yes.
Though they don't prepare.
They don't prepare. They don't prepare. I wasn't aware of it.
Yes.
So they don't prepare it. Then also your breasts, you started developing breasts, things like that. Your body you start.
You start sweating.
Then you think you're big. You see, when you move, your face changes also.
Yes.
Become beautiful.
That's the
Yeah.
reason why there are some girls at the secondary school or the primary school where they were not very good looking, but now they are very very well built.
They are
and
mature
everything is
now.
just there. They are matured, and they say girls get matured faster than boys.
Yes, they say puberty starts at 11 for girls
at
now.
11 for girls. At 11 years
11.
for girls, and 12
12 for men.
for men. For boys, yes.
For boys, yes.
So that's how you discovered yours.
Yeah, that's how I discovered mine.
Okay, now if you want to tell to, like, if you're a parent now, they tell you, okay, what now that this is your younger sister, what you have to, if you have to educate her sexually, what will you tell her? Like, those who are watching us, our viewers,
You first start by telling your child that there are some signs that women develop, and maybe at 11.
Yeah.
So you should wait. You should start waiting for it, like menstrual period, breast development. Maybe your buttocks will start.
How is the good
Pushing.
way? How is my thing is the method. How are you bringing the child to sit and to understand that what you're telling her? Or I don't know what is the time for that? What's the good period for that? When the child is what age, for example, or under maybe at
As
what
from 10.
particular- As from 10.
As from 10,
Yes.
you know, as from 10, you're already open-minded now.
Yes.
So you already know what is good and what is bad. As
Yeah.
from 10, you should start telling your child all these things.
And you should be the first to do that.
You should be the first, you the mother.
Yes.
You should be the first to educate your child before everybody else, or before the child start getting it outside.
Yes,
You
because-
the mom should already put the child.
Yes, to know what is happening in her body. And
Yes.
most of our parents is like, they are never there. But when the kid comes back with a big stomach, that's with the pregnancy, she's the first to start crying the whole village that she has been cursed, that somebody has cursed the whole family, and that maybe the child is stubborn. Meanwhile, the child did not have that education. She did not know that maybe going out or having sex with a boy at her age could have that consequence. And we know, and to most of those who are pregnant, who get pregnant in that way, those who are not educated, those who bring back pregnancies, some they don't even know that they are pregnant.
Yes.
It's when the belly or when the stomach starts taking shape that they discover that the child is pregnant. And sometimes she does not even know. I've learned a case about this, a girl who brought like her stomach was expanding, and she went and asked her mom what is happening to her. Is the mom now who was like shouting, and she discovered, they told her that no, your child does not know what is happening to her. She was impregnated, and she does not know what happened. She did not know that this and this and that and that, and that is how the girl discovered that what she went, or maybe the sexual experience that she had with her classmates, that was the consequence of it. So, ladies, parents, please try to educate the child when they are still very young. At 10, they already know what is good.
Yeah, at 10
and
it's
what
good.
is bad. Yes, they already know. So don't be afraid. I think you should call them, tell them that okay, this is what is going to happen. At this age, your breasts will start developing, your hips will start developing, you start sweating, you start having good shapes, and
Yeah.
men will start like looking at you. Be careful if you go for sexual intercourse without protection. You will surely going to be pregnant or contract a a sexual disease.
Disease.
It's like I'm talking more than the lady. But it's good too. Parents also that parents like fathers thinks that it's not their job. It's also your job.
It's also their job.
Also your job. Call your son and daughter. Tell her or him how he should behave during puberty to make sure that they don't come with these unfortunate consequences back home. Now let's talk about Christmas. We know that we are actually drawing towards the 25th. We're going to celebrate with like gifts, Christmas trees and everything, the fairy lights. And there is this video that I would like to air to warn you about how to take care of this Christmas tree, especially the artificial ones and these fairy lights. Because some of us, when we usually leave our Christmas tree at home, leave our Christmas tree, leave the house and go, it is there playing and singing, and the bulbs are sparkling. We don't know about what consequences it could. You know, these things when they are on for long, they start getting very hot, and sometimes fire can catch, and you just come back and discover that your whole house has been burned to ashes. Have you ever experienced it?
No.
Have you ever touched those sprinkling lights
Yes,
when
I've
they are
touched it.
they are hot, right?
Yeah, they're
especially I'm very sorry, especially the Chinese ones. When you buy the wrong ones, when they shine for a very long time, they start getting hot. Make sure when you go out, you remove it from the socket, like you off them before leaving your house. Just watch these little videos about the artificial tree which is burning. I know. So you watch it, what can happen. So when you go out, sometimes we do that before going for mass, like before going to church. We leave the Christmas tree there, well decorated,
Yes.
with our gifts under. We just leave it there, blooming, glowing, and everything is just because you want to make the house look nice, even if you're not there. But it's not advisable. It's not advisable. We advise you when you're going out, put off everything. Make sure that even your the light bulbs are off. Make sure that it is really off, and when you're going, you should not leave. Parents, don't give the child the duty to do that for you.
Yes.
Do that yourself, because the child will only go and sit there. The child is like on Christmas, he's very excited. All what glues for him
He
is
will
the
just
best
be
thing.
there
If you send him
admiring
there
the
to go and
thing.
off it, he will just go maybe forget,
Yeah.
and your Christmas day will be a sad one instead of being a good one. And since we are on Christmas, Rachel, I'd like us to go on jokes, but let me ask you how are you preparing for Christmas?
Albert, actually, I'm not really set for it.
You're not set for it.
No, I'm not set for it. All what happened in my life, so I'm still in total sadness.
Still in 2000, I think this is time for you. You know, we're at the end of the year, and what must happen this year will just happen. That's how life is, as you said. So
It's
we
like-
are just going to the next year. We hope you're going to forget about all that was sad, because I know you're a very powerful, you're a very strong girl. don't just forget about all the sad moments and concentrate on the positive things. I know there are positive things coming on, and don't worry, we're going to make sure that as you're coming back like this, we're going to bring you joy in everything, and we wish you all the success, all the joy that will make you forget about the sadness that you have been going through during this last month of the year. So let's have some jokes of Christmas, especially for the kids. Sit there please, and they try to give answers to the questions there. Christmas jokes. Well, that was a little bread box for our kids there. We shall be airing this then and then to make sure that you should have these jokes, trying to cram these answers so that you get used to them. We shall be playing the same jokes so that you should be versed with it, and you should use them maybe at home to play with your friends. So we're going to talk about satellites today. That's a very tough one that was done for us by Cedric. He was talking about satellites. That's a very complicated one for me, and he's the one who did research to know if we're capable today of having this GPS. It's because we have satellites up there. It's because we have engines up there that are actually exploring the world and other planets. If we're able to know today that the galaxy is made up of this number of planets, and that these planets is viable or can contain human being, it's because we have satellites up there. It's because we have airships that are actually launched up there by most of our powerful world countries like United States, Russia, and China. If we know how, if you have some information maybe about what is happening in the United States, if you can go to Google to know what is happening here and here, is because we have spaceship up there, it's because we have satellites. How much do you know about satellite or satellites?
In fact, I ended my geography in Form 5, so I can't say much about it.
About satellites?
No.
Okay, Cedric said I would like you to know certain things about satellites. It's true that it's very complex, and I myself, I think I am going to learn from this little report. So let's have, did you know, Cedric talking about satellites. Who discovered and what's the history?
In the context of spaceflight, a satellite is an artificial object which has been internationally placed into orbit. Did you know? In 1957, the Soviet Union launched the world's first artificial satellite, called the Sputnik. Since then, about 6,600 satellites from more than 40 countries have been launched. According to a 2013 estimate, 3,600 remained in orbit. Satellites are used for many purposes. Common types include military and civilians, which are Earth observation satellites, communication satellites, navigation satellites, weather satellites, and space telescopes and human spacecraft. You should know, the first fictional description of a satellite being launched into orbit was a short story by Edward Everett Hill called The Brick Moon. By 1903, Konstantin Stielkowicz published Exploring Space using Jet Propulsion Device, which is the first academic treatise on the use of satellites. Note, the English science fiction writer Arthur Clarke, through Wireless World article, described in details the possible use of communication satellites from Mars Communications. He suggested that 3 geographic satellites would provide coverage over the entire planet. Actually, they are mostly used to transmit images and used as a form of communication between countries and local medias.
Can we clap for that? Because from that I was able to...
It's not really easy.
It's not easy, and there's still much to say about this. Thank you, Cedric, somewhere watching the program, and thank you for all those who have been faithfully watching this program. It's how it's going to be on Saturdays now and on Tuesdays. Just keep on watching programs at Canal de English. Ahead of this is going to be the news, and we just hope you just be in town, because for our next edition.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay. Thank you for coming. Now, I think we should leave and conclude with a very nice song. It's by Magasco. This was the latest. He sings for us Sokoto. So let's have Sokoto with Magasco. From us to you is bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good morning, beautiful people. It's Saturday and you are listening to Sweet FM 98.5.
Non, tu n'es pas le frère de mon frère Magasco, n'exagère pas. Laisse-nous ça. Tu as eu l'argent, tu as fait rouler Ben. Tu as fait all the tu as fait Bella. Dès que tu es là, tu es parti à Bajolina. Regarde maintenant, il est fini comme les funérailles. On est quand même la famille, non? Voilà, Jolina. Jiboso.
Sokoto, c'est à Konto. Angelina do me a fool. Now you don't be the fool. Ah baby je m'en fous. Ah baby je m'en fous. Now we Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, allez Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto. I be say I love you so, but you tell me no. Make we go my bungalow, then we do re mi fa so. Baby oh, I go love you, make you no worry. Baby oh, if I give you me that bum bum, give me that bum bum, baby give me that bum 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 bum, give me that bum bum bum, baby give me that bum bum, give me that bum bum, baby give me that bum 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 bum, give me that bum bum bum. Angelina do me a pele fool, eh. Now you don't belle fool, eh. Ah bébé je m'en fous, eh. Ah bébé je m'en fous, eh. Now we Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, allez Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto. Pass me the lighter. I want me a boy girl. Sokoto, say I can't.